Hi, I'm Lauren and welcome back to my craft room. Today I'm jumping right into my video because yesterday I spent the day at the beach and I am sunburned, and so no normal intro today. We're gonna just jump right in. I am a part of a hashtag driven video hop today featuring some beautiful floral designs by Summer Quarters. I'm gonna have her Etsy information below my description. And please use the hashtag both in my title and description to see everyone who is participating in this awesome hop. Summer Quarters is also generously giving a coupon code for 20% off until the end of August, so just about a week left to use this code, and I will have that information also in my description below. The thing I love most about digitals is being able to use different images or the same image in different sizes. I can turn it and mask it without having to actually mask anything. So as you can see, I've used the daisy stamp. I made a rectangle in that A2 card so I can see how I was layering, copy and pasted and rotated images, and I'm moving them around to fill up what would be a standard A2 size card and rotating to make sure it would fit while filling the whole paper. Once I get it to how I like, I'm going to go ahead and delete that rectangle and I'm going to send it to my printer to print. I'm trimming this down to 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 at A2 size. I actually cut it a little bigger because I thought I would fill up my whole sheet and I thought I would trim it at the end, but then I noticed that weird white spot in the corner, so I went ahead and trimmed it to that 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 A2 size. I'm using PanPastels from their collaboration with Fun Stamper's Journey to color in my flowers. I'm using this beautiful yellow color with my blender tool and I'm coloring in the centers of all of the flowers. Once that's done, I'm moving on to this brown rust color and I'm coloring in the center towards the outer edges of the petals in this pretty color. I'm going to do that to all of my flowers, and the nice thing about using these PanPastels is that they are very friendly and forgiving. That's a better word there. They're very forgiving. The great thing about them is you can use an eraser and actually pick up some of that color and erase it if it gets into spots that you don't want. Now I'm not going for a very perfect look here. I want it to look messy, but if there is color going into the leaves or into spots I don't want, I do pick that up with my eraser. I wasn't really sure how I wanted to finish off the flowers yet, so I'm jumping over to the leaves using this green color as well as this dark green color, and I'll have links to everything I've used down in my description box, so if you have any specific questions or wondering, what the heck is that she's using, you can see below. And I'm alternating between the lighter and the darker greens, even kind of blending them a little to color the leaves throughout the whole design. And even in some of those wide open areas, I went and colored with green just to kind of fill in that whole paper without having any white gaps. Next, I'm using this red. I've decided to go with a more red color on my daisies. And I'm putting that in that white space on the daisy flowers and then bringing back in that brownish orange rust color to blend it. I don't want it to be too harsh of lines, but again, I'm not going for perfect coloring. I'm going for more of a messy painted look using these PanPastels. And once I have my sheet fully colored, I think it looks so warm and very fall. I know the hop is technically a summer floral theme, but I'm in the fall mood right now, so I'm keeping my card fall. I have this really pretty copper foil and I ran it through with my Mink machine to put that beautiful copper foil on my laser printed images. And I'm using this beautiful dark brown paper from my stash, and I decided that I wanted it to have a border, so I trimmed down my paper 1/4 inch on the two sides to give it a slightly smaller than A2 card. And I'm going to wrap this vellum around my pretty images to have a little bit of color block to put my sentiment on. I'm using some strong tape on the back to hold my vellum in place, and I'm going to die cut some letters out of that same brown cardstock. This is a Lawn Fawn Oliver's ABCs die, and I'm cutting out the word thanks. I want this card to be used either for Thanksgiving. I also have a birthday in October, So I like to send out thank you cards for any gifts I receive, and I like to keep, that fall theme. So this is a great idea if you're making a bulk amount of Thanksgiving Day cards or maybe some thank you cards. And the wonderful thing about this design is that it's so easily changeable. You can change the colors to make it bright for the summer, maybe stick to more darker tones for winter, or you can use some pastels for the spring. It's a really easy design that anyone can do, and it's great because it's not too overly complex to be able to do these designs in bulk. So I'm gluing down my thanks with some wet glue, and I'm using a clear block to help me keep that in place while it dries. And once that's done, my vellum isn't sticking as close as I'd like it to my floral paper. So behind those letters, I'm just using a little bit of wet glue and using that clear block to add pressure while it dries to keep that vellum stuck against my floral paper here. Now I'm going to add my beautiful background to my card base using some wet glue. I put a little bit of tape runner on the vellum to make sure it sticks to my card base, and again using that clear block just to add some pressure to help it dry. Now I'm going to be adding some glitter because I love bling, and the foil I guess was not enough. This is a really awesome glitter. They call it like a no mess glitter, and it's Glitterific by Folkart. You just use a brush and we're painting on the glitter, so there's no risk of spilling glitter everywhere. It's basically a gel medium with glitter in it, and I'm just using a flat brush to add some sequins and glitter to just the bottom portion of my letters. I didn't want it to be overly shiny, but I still wanted that bling. And once I have it painted how I like, I just use my tweezers to clean up a little bit. There are some really large chunks of glitter in this Glitterific bottle, and so I do pick up some of those large clumps so that way it's not overwhelming on the letters. I love the shiny and the bling from the copper foil and the beautiful Glitterific glitter, and I'm so happy with how this turned out. If you like this video, please hit like, and if you enjoy what I'm bringing you on my channel, please don't forget to hit subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and have a great day.